so I'm finally going to be talking about my thoughts overall on the Nintendo Switch presentation, unveiling a bunch of information on the Nintendo Switch that is going to be coming out. You finally got a release date, information on the bundles coming out for the console itself, information on the console itself, and launch titles, and basically a lot of the games that are going to be coming out over the next year, and just my thoughts are mainly going to be on the presentation and things we got from the presentation itself. I know there's a bunch of other things that have come out after the presentation, with interviews with Reggie Fils-Aimé. A lot of information I know about the online service. I definitely have a couple of thoughts on that, but I'm going to wait till closer to launch when we get more concise information and a lot more stuff about that. Definitely more thoughts. Because I definitely have some disagreements with the online paid service. I will say really quick, like one of the things that came out with the online paid service that Nintendo is finally going to be going the route they announced of having an online paid service with the Nintendo Switch. However, it is not going to become a paid service until fall of 2017. So if you do get a Switch, it is going to be free for the next half a year. About half a year. And then it becomes paid service. And from what I've read from multiple sources is that you're going to be getting one free game each month. However, you can only like play and have that game during that month, which is very kind of like not exactly enticing, especially with like PlayStation Plus. I mean, you get to actually play the game whenever that you keep that. And I know as well with Xbox Gold, they'll play them whenever. So those are definitely like, I can see Nintendo trying to ease their way into online paid service, but Nintendo, if you are going to be listening to fans, definitely reconsider the fact of having a game only available for 1 month. That's not how it works with PlayStation and Xbox. And I can tell you that people are happy with the fact that while having that paid service, they like being able to have that game, because not everybody's going to sit down and play that game that month that they get it. There's so many games that I have, me and Chris have, from Xbox and PlayStation with our subscriptions for the paid services, and we haven't touched the games yet. But we will get to them eventually, but we didn't start playing them the month we got them. So definitely change that. I definitely went off on a tangent there, but that's just one thing that's kind of irking me. But now to stick to the presentation itself. So we found out, exactly what the Nintendo Switch is. The tablet itself essentially is the console, and then it has the dock, which allows you to hook it up to the TV, and that's how you get to play normal home console style. The Joy-Cons are the actual like little controllers that are on the sides that you can hook onto the tablet to then take the Switch with you where you go. The console itself, like when you buy it, it comes with the dock, it comes with the tablet console Switch itself, it comes with the left and the right Joy-Con, and then the Joy-Con grip, which is essentially like the plastic controller that you hook the Joy-Cons onto to make it a normal style controller for playing at home. They're also going to be having, for separate purchase, a Pro controller for the Switch that will be a normal controller, essentially, that kind of thing. And then as well, with the console, you get an HDMI cable and then an AC adapter. And then I noticed that it is going to be using the USB Type-C. So I like to use nearly worldwide. It's going to be an almost worldwide release. March 3rd. It's going to be 20. It's going to be $299.99 in North America. Well, the United States, that's the pricing for me. So definitely check with your local retailer or just your websites for your region to see what the manufacturer's suggested retail price will be for you. I honestly assumed that it was going to be around the $300 mark. Like a lot of people were thinking like $250 or $350. I thought $250 would be too little. I thought $350 would almost start to be in the too much range. But from what I read as well, that at this price that is going to be set for the manufactured suggested retail price at launch, that they are actually going to be making a profit off of this. So that does leave room for markdowns, which is definitely a good thing coming into the holidays. But for anyone asking and wondering, I did pre-order it. I have my Switch pre-ordered. I got the neon red and neon blue one because I like my colors. And as well, they're going to be able to buy the Joy-Cons separately in the stores. I know that they're going to be the accessories are going to be a little pricey from what I've noticed. So I figure, when I pick up another set, I'm going to get the gray ones. But I wanted the neon ones. I do also have the special edition of Breath of the Wild pre-ordered. Not the Master Edition. If you have been following me on Twitter, you know my whole rants on that. I don't want to make another separate video like I did with like Hyrule Warriors Special Edition only being at the Nintendo World store. I literally cried from that. And I literally almost had the Master Edition in my cart. And right as I was about on GameStop.com and I was about to like literally hit checkout and it wouldn't add to my cart and then it disappeared and I was like, yeah, Nintendo, you need to make a, I know that technically it wouldn't be Nintendo's fault, but the retailers putting up the listings without like announcing a time for people to get ready, like literally the people who have normal jobs or like had day jobs literally had no chance to pre-order it. People who were actually invited to the Nintendo Switch press release in New York, like those people, the way that those schedules I'm assuming worked out, unless they were on their phones during the time while they were there. I know for a fact like some of the people, I think I saw like Pro Jared tweeting out like he was at the event and he was tweeting out, hey guys, how can I pre-order the Master Edition? And this was like way past the time that it was completely sold out. So definitely you need to run another stock of that and let the retailers know to prepare people for a pre-order time so they can actually get ready and sit at the computer. I can make a whole rant about that Master Edition thing, I promise you. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking about that now. I was actually really surprised at the fact that the Switch is going to be no region locking. The software will not be region locked from what I've read, so essentially no region locking. You can import from other countries, other regions to play the games that might not come in your region. So that is a positive. That gives us options. Thank you, Nintendo. The Switch console itself, when you are taking it on the go as a tablet, as a portable console, its battery life is estimated to be around 2.5 to 6.5 hours, depending on the game that you are playing. I would say that's not a completely terrible battery life, but it's definitely not the best, especially if people are going to be playing it a lot. So essentially, having a portable battery and the charger with you at all times is essentially a must. So, I mean, the thing is, I'm probably going to be taking my Switch with me to a lot of places, and I have a huge purse. I'm going to be bringing chargers and stuff anyway. So it kind of works out, but at the same time, I wish the battery life could have been a little better. I'm really hoping that, like they did with the Wii U gamepad, that they're going to offer on their own website, the Nintendo Store, a separate battery that you could buy, so it'll be like a better battery. Like I'm fairly positive that they're already working on that to sell separately, and that they did their best to keep their release of the console itself, what you get in the box, at a reasonable price. So, I mean, I'm expecting them to sell a separate battery that's going to be a better one for your actual Switch console. They did a lot of showing off of the Joy-Cons that there's a lot of versatility. They have accelerometer, gyroscope features to make them essentially really, really sensitive and really, really accurate when it comes to motion control. And I see a lot of people getting upset about the fact that, oh, they're still sticking with motion control, but having those options there is not a bad thing. I don't see having that as an like giving those options, like keeping those with them, as a bad thing, because you literally don't have to use it if you don't want to. For what I'm seeing for like with Breath of the Wild, I know like Skyward Sword, people weren't the best, like most interested in the flinging constantly, because sometimes it wasn't the most accurate, but from what I could see, you could play Breath of the Wild normal. So there you go. Giving people options is not a bad thing. If you don't like the option, you don't have to use it. There you go. But these Joy-Cons are like really, I think it's supposed to be like $80 for United States for a separate Joy-Con set. So these things are really, really sensitive. Like they still have the NFC reader in one of the sides of the Joy-Con for the, like for amiibo reading. And then the fact that like they have a share button that's going to be on the controller now. Unfortunately, right now it's at launch, it's just gonna be screenshots, and then video is coming later on. Nintendo, just gotta say, I love you. I'm a part of your programs, but you gotta stop being so strict on the copyright and claiming other people's videos as your own kind of thing. I mean, I know you have the program, the creators program, but it's just, it's been a struggle for people who make content full-time and have been used to other companies not being so strict and it being, you know, understanding that it is promotion, it is fair use. That's a whole nother separate video, but Nintendo has to be a little more less involved with trying to claim people's videos if they're gonna have this sharing feature. Otherwise, it's not going to be as appealing to content creators. But to go back to the Joy-Cons, I really like how the fact that the Joy-Cons themselves, even though they're small, it's nice that they can act as their own separate controllers. So like when you actually take the Joy-Cons off, they actually have like the L and R buttons. But even you can put when you use the strap and you put that on, it kind of makes them stick out a little more, and it's easier to use them as like its own separate controller. So I mean, providing a lot of options like that is really, really good. I honestly really like the idea of having all those different controller options. It gives people the choice of how they like to play more. That's really one of the best things you can do with a console like this, to try and appeal to a lot of people. And then now having your console being portable, people being excited about Skyrim being portable, and then FIFA being portable, and Breath of the Wild being portable. Oh boy, oh boy. Like, I can't tell you how excited I am for Breath of the Wild. If you want to watch my live reaction, I did actually do a streaming on Twitch of watching the presentation with you guys, the full presentation. Want to go watch that? The video is saved on my Twitch channel. Go ahead, go watch that. So unfortunately, unlike what the Wii U had and what the Wii had, the console is not going to be coming with a game, at least not any of the launch bundles. It's just going to be the console and the controller itself. They are going to be having one of the launch games called 1-2 Switch. It's kind of like a mini game, party game thing in the way that I see as Nintendo Land and Wii Sports. The fact that there's just going to be contemplation of mini games. They even said in the presentation themselves that they intend to have 1-2 Switch be the party games, like be the staple of party games, and like the ice-breaking game that people can bring with them and then be like, hey, playing games. And the fact that it's gonna be games that, like, they have like the, you know, the shooting game, like, you know, draw your gun and pull kind of thing, and they were like showing like the accuracy of like the timing of the button pressing, of how like the like to the what, thousandths of a second, that, yeah, no, 10th, 100th, thousandths of a second, I believe, that how accurate it is. So if we had that in Star Wars, we would have known who shot first. I was waiting to make that joke. And I do want to say that I've been watching the way that I feel like they are advertising and promoting the Switch and the games around it. I feel like the marketing direction is definitely a lot better than what we had with the launch of the Wii U. Like, they had the whole whoop 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 dub 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 kind of thing with the Wii U when they tried to launch that, and it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't like amazing. But like with the way they announced the Switch, the music, where it just felt right. It felt good, and it didn't feel kiddie, but it didn't feel like geared toward only adults. It was like a very happy mix that I feel like was just, it just felt right. So I really am currently enjoying the marketing direction and how the advertising team is what they are doing with the Switch right now. I think it is fantastic. ARMS is another title that is going to be coming out for the Nintendo Switch. It's not coming out at launch, it's coming out a little bit after. Essentially, it's a fighting game, but because of the new accuracy with the Joy-Cons, it's supposed to actually be like, oh, you can just, you know, punch like a normal game kind of thing, but they have like the characters, like their arms are like springs, so like they throw long punches. I really like how they introduced it. They had like this big tough Western businessman and then this Japanese schoolgirl, and they're just like going at it, fighting each other. And the fact that they were hinting at, yeah, you can just like, you know, move like normal, or there's actually, as you like play it more, there's like different techniques, and like the way you twist the Joy-Cons actually like really make a difference. So there's gonna be some strategy to it, so that is nice. Local and online multiplayer, fantastic, coming out spring 2017. I've been noticing they're really gonna be pushing at least local multiplayer, because they did say that you can connect up to 8 Switch consoles for multiplayer. Which means Super Smash Brothers, 8-player Smash. Makes sense, right? Right? I'm right. We're right. For everyone who was thinking when they heard that you could connect 8 Switch consoles together, you thought of 8-player Smash. Don't lie. And then Splatoon 2, so excited, so freaking excited, you don't even understand. I noticed how like people like freaking out. Like I saw when Marie was in the trailer, but people were like, where's Callie? And from what I read, like she's still supposed to be in the game, but I guess they just decided to show Marie in the trailer instead of Callie. unless she was hidden and we didn't notice, but I mean, I noticed Marie. So we're gonna be getting new clothes, new weapons, new maps, and I noticed that they still had some of the old maps in there, so that is great as well. I agree with that, I have to say. And then there's gonna be like the new weapons that they were showing called the splat dualies, which was essentially like having two splat guns like in each hand, and there's a new way to use those and master those. Excited about that. In-game events are going to be coming back, so hopefully more Splatfests, and I hopefully that they're going to last longer than they did with the Wii U. I'm pretty positive that just because they already knew that they were phasing out the Wii U to get ready for the Switch, that's why probably in-game events weren't as many, and they didn't last as long. So hopefully with the Switch they will last longer. And they know Splatoon is like it's great that they're going to be getting a new Splatoon. Like 2 years, I think, for a new shooting game like this is definitely good. And it's become like a fantastic IP that I think is going to go down as one of Nintendo's greatest newest recent IPs. Like, I love Splatoon. I can't tell you enough how much I love Splatoon. So Splatoon 2, I'm going to be spending so much time with it. So I'm going to tell the absolute truth. You could see it watching my live reaction. When I first saw the introduction for Super Mario Odyssey, I honestly thought it was Bayonetta 3. I'm not kidding, because like at first like you would see like normal sized people walking. Okay, so like I was like, oh, this is Bayonetta 3. Cool. And then Mario pops out of the sewer. I'm like, wait, what? Okay, so I guess it's a new Mario game. And it's called Super Mario Odyssey. It looks fantastic. I'm really excited for it. It's going to be one of the going back to the open platform sandbox world that we were used to with Super Mario Sunshine, Super Mario 64. This is like, I feel like this 3D Mario that people were wanting that we never got on the Wii U. Like Super Mario 3D World, I'm not gonna lie, it was fantastic. I absolutely loved it, but it wasn't like the open world that we've been used to and that we've been craving for a while. And let me just say, Super Mario Sunshine sequel would be fantastic as well. So you're actually not gonna be in the Mushroom Kingdom. From what we got from this trailer, like they said that you're going to the real world. Mario leaves the Mushroom Kingdom and you're going to different worlds. And then like as I was watching the trailer, I was noticing like, you know, you'd get like we've been used to like, you know, the 8 red coins in Super Mario 64 and the red coins as well in like Sunshine and other games. Like they had like purple little triangles that was in one of the worlds, I think like the desert Mexican world, I remember. I noticed in one of the other worlds that was different from where they had the triangles, they also had like screw nuts, bolts kind of thing. So I don't know if they're going to be like different in each level, trying to get those purple nuts, bolts, triangles, whatever they're going to have in each level. That's one thing I noticed. And then you're actually going to be able to use the hat to like, you could throw it and then jump on the hat to then propel yourself, like jump across the larger ledges that you wouldn't be able to without having that extra boost. And then also like throw it up and jumping on your hat to go higher. So definitely a nice new mechanic with the hat. And then apparently like the hat is alive. It has eyes on it. And Mario's hat is alive. And apparently it's a very important thing that it's alive. So Super Mario Odyssey is going to be coming out holiday 2017, which makes sense. I mean, we are getting Legend of Zelda at launch, so of course they're going to save Mario for at least the holiday season to have that be the holiday game that pushes the Switch. And then more games that have been announced. We got Xenoblade Chronicles 2 coming. I'm really excited. I still need to finish Xenoblade Chronicles X. I'm like 60 hours in. I think I'm only at chapter 8. I'm nowhere near finished. I absolutely adore that game, so I'm really excited for that. We have Dragon Quest 10 and 11 coming to Switch, and they mentioned that those two are coming in Japan, but now with no region locking, you can import. And Dragon Quest 1 and 2 are actually coming for Switch as well. They didn't specify it being only in Japan, so I'm assuming that it's going to be coming to other regions as well. I mean, you know, that's what I got from the presentation. We have Atlas has a new Shin Megami Tensei title coming out, and they also mentioned that it's the 25th anniversary. Square Enix has a new IP coming out called Project Octopath Traveler. That's going to be a new RPG from them. It has a very different art style. It's kind of like has like a 16-bit mixed with like a normal kind of background. So it's different. I'm very looking forward to giving it a try. Definitely looks very interesting to me. And then Bethesda came on to talk about the fact that yes, Skyrim, we're excited to work with Nintendo now that they have that coming to Switch. And then we had, oh, my heart, that poor interpreter. Like apparently what happened was the person who was there for Grasshopper like, from what I was reading, people are saying he kind of went off script, or he was going to, like, yeah, essentially went off script, and the interpreter couldn't keep up with what he thought that he was going to be saying, and then we had some mistranslation, like, not mistranslations, but probably a lot of stuff missed. So my heart went out to him. My heart blessed him. My heart went out to him. I felt for him. Okay? And then EA came out to give, we're here for the Switch. We're gonna be with the Switch. And I found it interesting because from what I remember, like, I thought EA was on board with the Wii U at launch as well. And then, like, the one thing with the Wii U is just, like, there seemed to be so much promise and potential with having third parties again, and that all kind of dwindled out. But, like, with the Switch, there's, like, a whole lot more developers that I noticed that are definitely, like, they, like, mentioned over 50 developers, companies are going to be making stuff for the Switch. And can I just say, I saw Spike Chunsoft on there, and if Danganronpa comes to the Switch, I will be excited. However, I mean, I already have it, the new V3 game pre-ordered for PS4, so play Danganronpa. Highly recommend it. One of my favorite franchises outside of Nintendo games ever. So I'm really excited for. I feel like we are solid on having good third-party support. I feel positive on that. And the biggest news that literally made me cry and scream during the live presentation showing on Twitch was that Breath of the Wild Legend of Zelda is launching on March 3rd with the Switch. So there was a lot that happened in that presentation. So overall, it was I honestly felt it was pretty good. I know some people have, there's always going to be people who are going to say, oh, Nintendo's done, oh, they failed, they didn't do well. I'm not going to say it was entirely, I mean, I honestly felt very positive about the Switch. But I'm very interested in what the online paid service price is going to be. From what I'm aware, from what I've read online, we don't exactly know that yet. I know that Miiverse is unfortunately not going to be making its way over, which makes me sad. Like, I can understand, because I wouldn't say that it had a lot of interaction, but it was still I think a vital part. Like, I know those communities, I know there's a lot of people that invested so much time into Miiverse, and I honestly would have liked Miiverse coming over. I honestly felt like I would have been able to use it more now, like going out and about. I felt I would use Miiverse more with the Switch, so I'm kind of sad to not see it come over. So those are my thoughts on the presentation itself. What are your guys' thoughts down below? Did you like it? Not like it? What did you like? What didn't you like? Are you excited? Did you get it pre-ordered? I got it pre-ordered. Hallelujah. And then I guarantee you guys that Master Edition of the Breath of the Wild, if any stores near me get any non-pre-ordered copies, I will literally wait outside the store for like at least 24 hours beforehand if I have to. I will be that crazy because I need that. Okay, look, see, I'm a special edition person. I am a collector. I need that Master Edition. And I am not paying any scalpers on eBay. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Scalpers on eBay, you ruin gaming for people like me. Let me just tell you that. But you don't care, because all you care about is money. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you for my next video. Bye!